Bienvenidos. Welcome to Santuario Sisterfarm. We're here in South Central Texas. This is Dominic. He's part of the welcoming committee. Come on in. We're going to go to the kitchen where most of what we try to do begins. This is the center of our communal cooking, community building, and a place where we can share recipes and traditions from the countries of the South. At Sisterfarm, we try to live in right relationship with the whole earth community. We do this by showing respect for water, soil, air, and all the creatures of this earth. You'll find out more about this as we take the tour of Sisterfarm. Again, bienvenidos, welcome, come on along. At Santuario Sisterfarm, we're creating a model of living lightly on earth. We are greatly influenced by the principles, policies, and ethics of permaculture. The values of permaculture are earth care, people care, and fair share. In earth care, Sisterfarm tries to be very respectful of the soil. We stay mindful that the soil is full of living microorganisms and that we can work in cooperation with it, particularly if we use natural ingredients to enhance it, and do not put chemical fertilizers, pesticides, or herbicides on the soil. In addition to composting kitchen materials to enhance the soil, we also have a worm composting system. Worm castings are very rich in nutrients and are a wonderful addition to the potting soil in the greenhouse. Worm castings also enrich the soil when we're transplanting plants into the ground. We can even make worm tea from the castings in the worm bins and pour this directly onto the soil or plants as liquid fertilizer. On the soil itself, we have a policy of trying to create edible landscapes. Where possible, we plant perennial vegetables and herbs. We have a number of young fruit trees and berry shrubs that will continue to grow and provide a food source for people and wildlife. It's very healthy for the soil to have a biodiverse culture, because if you just have a monoculture, only one kind of crop, and if there's a disease or an insect that particularly wants to use that crop for food, it can destroy the whole crop. Whereas if you have plants mixed in, it might like one of the plants out of 5, but then it doesn't cause damage to the extent if you had a monoculture. Also, as part of earth care, we conserve energy whenever possible. We use compact fluorescent light bulbs that last longer and use less energy than standard bulbs. We installed solar tubes in ceilings throughout the house to bring in natural light and reduce the need for electricity during the day. A solar heating system takes care of our low-use electrical needs in our gathering space in the yurt. We also drive a hybrid vehicle and recycle glass, plastic, and paper. We also collect rainwater and we mulch year-round. What we try to do here is have at least conversations and examples that could spark people's imaginations, but to tap into that spiritual vein of seeing ourselves as a part of a huge living system. Santuario in Spanish means sanctuary, so we try to have this whole place be a sanctuary for people, animals, birds, fish, and so on. In particular, we provide a place for women to rest and restore their energies. As part of people care, we create a quiet environment for them to stay overnight, and in the morning suggest time for reading, reflection, or meditation. We also do an outside body prayer as a way of centering ourselves before beginning the day. Also, as part of people care, we are committed to serving healthy, nutritious food. Everything we grow at Santuario Sisterfarm is grown organically. which means we use no chemical fertilizers, pesticides, or herbicides. We also honor cultures and foods of the local region here. For example, we have a focus on the Mexican food plant chaya, which is also called the spinach tree. Another plant from South America is the Bolivian sunroot, also known as yacon. This tuber has a natural sweetness that is good for people who are diabetic. We're trying to grow a healthy grain of the South called amaranth. We like it especially when added to cereal grains and combined with dried fruit and nuts. We will also be experimenting with a protein-rich grain called quinoa, which originally came from Chile. Because South Central Texas is a borderland region, we make a conscious choice to honor food and cultural traditions that come from countries of the South. This commitment extends to fair share, the third value in our permaculture ethic. We order coffee beans and tea from Equal Exchange, a business that works with small farmer cooperatives in countries of the South who use environmentally sustainable methods when cultivating plants. By supporting fairly traded products through Equal Exchange, we help farmers in the South build a better future for their families and communities. Santuario Sisterfarm only orders seeds from companies that have taken the Safe Seed Pledge. Buying from these companies ties into all three aspects of our permaculture ethic. By subscribing to the Safe Seed Pledge, Sisterfarm helps save seeds that are part of people's heritage and support suppliers that do not knowingly buy or sell genetically engineered seeds or plants. As part of its fair share ethic, Santuario Sisterfarm puts focus on the feminine and honors women's culture and stories which have been kept out of history. Sisterfarm pays tribute to the divine feminine through art that adorns our spaces, books on our library shelves, and the naming of our gardens and built structures. Our yurt is named Casa Lupe in honor of Our Lady of Guadalupe. The spiral garden at Sisterfarm is divided into 9 sections, each of which is named after a feminine image of the divine, goddess, or mythological figure that plays prominently in various cultures. Santuario Sisterfarm sees its work within the context of the largest universe story. Through our lifestyle choices, we try to remember that we are part of a very recent evolutionary history and always try to connect that history with our own evolving and developing spirituality. We provide space for finding ways of calming down and centering ourselves so that we can really appreciate what we have in this moment, which is the only moment that we have. As women devoted to living in right relationship with Earth, our Board of Directors embodies commitment to Earth community. The Board strengthens Santuario Sisterfarm by modeling nature in ways of cooperation for the common good. When our Board meets, it participates in communal cooking, table setting, cleanup, and prayer and ritual. The Board also helps Sisterfarm sell its published works for an income stream and assists in our recycling efforts. Volunteers share in our work as well. They handle many of our earth care projects, such as pruning the fruit trees, transplanting seedlings in the greenhouse, and feeding the composting worms. Volunteers also help write grants, prepare meals for guests, and participate fully in our rituals and celebrations. Working together, every person who comes to Sisterfarm, board, staff, volunteers, interns, participants in our programs, blend their gifts and combine their skills to strengthen the web of relationships and build a community that serves as a model for others.